What's up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my betting breakdown for UFC Vegas 17, Stephen Thompson versus Jeff Neal. In this video, as always, going to be talking betting and strictly betting, not going to go into much detail on the fights. I posted a full card breakdown and prediction, and I also posted a live stream as well. So go check those out, see why I'm betting what. But in this video, I just want to talk about the bets I have, which are going to be 7 bets for this card. Looking to end 2020 out with a bang. Really looking forward to it. A couple announcements first. I'm doing a giveaway. The holidays are coming up. I'm feeling very generous here. I did like 3 giveaways last week. Going to be doing one here. And what I'm going to do is, I feel like the people's main event this week is Khaos Williams versus Michelle Pereira, or at least that's my main event there. It's a fight I'm really looking forward to. I feel like it could be fight of the night there. What I'm going to do is do a $25 giveaway. What you got to do to enter this giveaway is first, like the video. Next, subscribe if you have not yet. And then third, comment down how many significant strikes you think that Khaos Williams and Michelle Pereira are going to combine for. Whoever gets to the closest wins. If there is a tie, whoever commented first wins that tiebreaker. And winner gets $25. Nothing crazy, just something to say thanks. Like I said, feeling generous. The holidays are coming up, and just really do appreciate all the support. I really do. Just about 9,000 subs. Could not have done that without you guys and all the support you guys give me. So thank you for that. If you guys can, as always, like the video. Just one like goes a long way. Subscribe if you have not yet. Again, one subscribe goes a long way there as well. And if you want, my betting breakdowns will always be free. My bets will always be free, posted on Twitter and Instagram on Saturdays. But if you do want my early bets, my betting breakdown videos, the motto you see here, the betting article, access to Discord, all that good stuff, sign up on the Patreon. The most popular package is going to be that $10 package, which averages out to $2.50 per week. And yeah, just thank you guys for signing up. Like over almost 100 people signing up over the last month, getting close to 300 members there. So thank you guys for that. But with that said, I'm going to get into it, talk about these fights from betting perspective, starting with Jimmy Flick versus Cody Durden. So I was on Flick at first. I'm on Flick even more now, kind of because Cody Durden has to cut weight twice in a couple weeks, which is very concerning on the Durden end. I think that if Flick is able to get this to the mat, or if Durden takes this to the mat, which I've seen him do in like all his fights, I think Flick's going to have the advantage there. I'm going to say Flick by submission here. Not going to bet it. Don't really want to bet this fight. If you are on the Flick side, I think Flick by submission at plus 135 is not a bad look. I think Durden by KO plus 350 is not a bad look. Flick is somebody that's been knocked out 4 times in 5 losses. If Durden fights smart, keeps this on the feet, he's definitely live for a knockout there. But I'm just passing here. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the fight. Next, we have Tafon and Chukwu. And Tafon is minus 290. And I was kind of looking at him with like a parlay piece with like maybe a Bilal Muhammad or like a Rick Glenn, but both those guys are off the card now, so really nobody to parlay him with. I guess Antonio Arroyo could be a solid parlay piece, but other than that, like I don't see many parlay pieces on this card, honestly. So gonna stay away here. If anything, Nchukwu by knockout minus 155. I think there's some value there. The problem is Pickett's never been knocked out, but at the same time, Pickett's never fought Tafon Nchukwu. Like this dude looks like the real deal. I know he only has 4 fights on his record, but he definitely looks legit. So Nchukwu by knockout, not betting it there. Next, we have Draco Rodriguez versus Aman Zahabi, and I think this line's a little off, but what I did was I really like the fight. Doesn't go to decision line or the under 2.5, so I put a unit on the under 2.5 at plus 170. I thought that line was really off, and then after digging to the tape, I think it's even more off now, so I can see past to where both guys finish this fight. Taking a look at some of the stats here, Rodriguez has a 73% finish rate, 29% by knockout, 44% by submission, and Zahabi has a 43% knockout rate, 43% submission rate for an 86% finish rate overall. And both guys have been knocked out once. Zahabi was knocked out by Ramos by a spinning back elbow, and Rodriguez was knocked out by Tony Gravely in that fight. So both guys have shown they could be finished. Both guys are decent finishers. So I kind of think this line's off, and both guys are going to go at it here. I guess since Zahabi's last fight against Vince Morales, he was kind of timid. Maybe it was because he got knocked out, but before that, like he was going after it. And I think this fight's going to be very exciting. And I think this fight has potential to finish. And you're giving me plus 170 on the under. I really do think that's awesome. So I did take a 1-unit shot on that. Next fight, we have Antonio Arroyo versus Deron Winn. And I like Arroyo a lot, and I can name a ton of advantages in this fight. I named them all in my breakdown prediction video, but some I want to name is he's going to be so much bigger. I think the 195-pound catchweight is going to favor him. Deron Winn, somebody that should be fighting a couple weight classes below, and Arroyo is huge for this weight class, and it being at 195 catchweight, I do think that favors Arroyo. He's not going to have to kill himself to cut down to 185 here. And yeah, I like Ahoyo to get it done. I like him to stuff the takedowns. If he gets taken down, I think it's playing with fire because Ahoyo has a really good grappling game. We've seen Win submitted before. I've seen Win on the regional scene get almost caught in a really deep guillotine that he was just able to get out of. I don't think he'd get out of it if Aurora got him in here. And also what I noticed about Win is he doesn't typically go to the ground as much as he should be. Like in the Spicely fight, did not go to the mat, which was kind of weird to me. In the Mearshart fight, he didn't go to the mat, which again was kind of weird to me. I'm starting to think that he doesn't have much faith in his ground game, and I think Ahoyo's ground game is pretty good. I really do. Has finished 44% of his wins by submission, 44% by knockout. And a line I do want to point out for Ahoyo here, I haven't bet it yet, but I'm really looking at this, and this line, I don't know, it's crazy. Aurora by knockout plus 785. We've seen Win hurt really bad by Mearshart. I've seen him, get kicked in the leg and almost fall over. And Ahoyo has a ton of power. Really good leg kicks, really good body kicks, really good head kicks. And I think the plus 785, that's off. But what I did was I took a bet on Antonio Ahoyo to win straight. Minus 140, 1.5 units on that. I really like that bet a lot. I do expect the line to keep getting wider and wider as the week goes on. I'm actually kind of surprised it is where it's at. But give me Antonio Ahoyo. Probably inside the distance, but I do like that straight bet there, and I might be taking a small stab on the KO prop yet, or I don't know yet, but I probably will. Carl Roberson versus Dolce Lungabula. Dolce champion here. I like Roberson to get it done, but man, I think that line's off. It's probably dog or pass for me, if anything. What I did like was the fight doesn't go to decision line or the under, but it is juiced up, so just going to stay away here. Both guys have not lost by decision. I can see a finish either side. If anything, it's dog here, but I'm just going to end up passing. It should be a good fight, though. Ciara Eubanks versus Pannie Kianzad. I was really tempted on betting Pannie there. I saw her at like plus 145, but after going deeper into the tape, just seeing her offer back, she doesn't really have much to offer. I saw Betch Correa get on top of her for a couple minutes, and she had nothing for her. I've seen it other times as well where she would get taken down and just do nothing. So if Eubanks is actually a really good grappler. If Eubanks gets on top, she's probably going to take the round, maybe even submit Kianzad. Kianzad's been submitted twice. It's dog or pass, but man, I'm just gonna definitely pass. Women's MMA, I feel like it's gonna be a really close fight. I really want nothing to do with it from a betting perspective. Eubanks by submission plus 720. It's not a bad look. Anthony Pettis versus Alex Morono. Talked about this on my breakdown video, but I think this line's way off. I think the name of Pettis is really affecting this betting line because Pettis looks like he's slowing down a ton, especially at 170. He looks slow. I thought he lost his last fight against Donald Cowboy. And yeah, I watched that Cowboy fight back, and I thought Cowboy won rounds 1 and rounds 2. I thought Pettis won round 3. I just don't. He hasn't been looking good. I know Pettis has fought the much better competition. Morono's kind of like a no-name. Nobody knows this guy, but I really like Morono. A lot of people think he's chinny. He was knocked out by Chaos Williams. He was knocked out by Nico Price. Like, no shame in that whatsoever. Pettis has been knocked out 4 times himself. And I like Morono here. I took a bet on Morono at plus 200. I think that line's off. I think this fight's 50-50. It's going to come down to how the judges see this fight because Morono's going to be throwing more volume. He's going to be coming forward. He's going to be landing a ton of shots. He's going to... And Pettis is going to be throwing the more flashier strikes, strikes like that, the more better-looking strikes. But it's all up to how the judges score, and I really feel like this fight's 50-50. So you're giving me a plus 200 on a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. And a lot of people are going to disagree. There's a lot of Pettis fans out there. I already got a lot of crap for this, but I really do think this line's off because Morono is going to out-volume him. He really is. So give me Alex Morono by decision. Jillian Robertson versus Tyler Santos. I do have a bet here. It's the fight doesn't go to decision. At plus 155 I got it at, and I really like that line. The line's coming down a ton. It's at plus 125 now. I do expect it to close probably around plus 100 by fight time. In Robertson's last 10 fights, 9 of her last 10 have ended inside the distance, whether she's getting finished or doing the finishing herself. And Tyler Santos is a pretty solid finisher herself. We saw she had a lot of power against Molly McCann. Those shots would not put out Molly McCann, but those shots would put out Robertson. And why it's a pick 'em here, it's going to happen one of two ways. So Robertson's going to get the takedowns, maybe find a sub, maybe get a TKO victory, or Santos is going to stuff the takedowns and she's going to knock out Robertson. We've seen Robertson knocked out more than once. She was knocked out by Macy Barber, knocked out on the Ultimate Fighter as well. And yeah, I see this fight ending inside the distance here at plus 155. I'm going to keep playing these unders on these Robertson fights. I'm going to keep playing these fight doesn't go to decisions because she is a killer be killed fighter for the women's division. Greg Hardy versus Marcin Tybura. No bet here, but I do kind of have like a hot take. I think Tybura is going to take down Hardy and either get a ground and pound victory or a submission. Don't want to break it down too much, but I like Tybura to get it done. Black belt and BJJ, 4 times more experience. And just watching tape on Hardy, getting taken down by Alan Crowder. Hardy is a fish out of water on the mat. And I'm sure he's made improvements. That was like a year and a half ago, but still, Tybura is like a seasoned black belt. He has like 27 fights on his record. So I'm going to take the underdog in Tybura there. Not going to bet it. If anything, I think the fight doesn't go to decision at minus 150 is very interesting. I can see a Hardy, like an early knockout by Hardy, or like a Tybura kind of drowning Hardy and getting him very tired, taking him down, and finishing him later in the fight. Next, we have Rob Font versus Marlon Moraes. Rob Font's going to have a pretty sizable reach advantage. He's going to be having a volume advantage as well. I know Moraes has fought the much better people, but man, I like Rob Font here. I like Rob Font here at plus money. I did place a bet on Rob Font. I got him at plus 125. I have 1 unit on that. And I just think the more volume is going to come on the Font side. I think that if Moraes wins, it's going to be by knockout. But Rob Font's very durable. He's never been knocked out. He's never been knocked down. And I think Moraes is going to have to finish him early to win this fight. And like I said, I haven't seen Font get hurt or get dropped. So give me Font here to win a decision. Could he finish Moraes? Maybe, but I like Font to get it done by decision. I think if Moraes wins, it's going to be early in that first round. If not, Font's going to definitely take over by throwing the more volume. Moraes kind of has some cardio problems as well. So yeah, give me Rob Font there at plus money. Next, we have Michelle Pereira versus Chaos Williams. Really tough fight to call here. I'm going to pick Chaos Williams, but absolutely no confidence in that. I'm going to sit back and watch this fight. This is the fight we're going to guess the significant strikes on. I don't even know. I'm going to guess like 100 just to play it safe there. I don't know. It's a weird fight. I feel like it can play out a couple different ways. I feel like both guys could respect each other's power. It can go to maybe decision or even get to the later rounds. Chaos Williams has never been knocked out. We've seen Michelle Pereira knocked out before. I just don't like how much Pereira messes around and all that, but he did look a little bit better in his last fight without doing many cartwheels and flips and stuff like that. But just hard to trust the guy. I mean, the Tristan Connolly stunt, the Diego Sanchez stunt. Hard to trust. Now, I'm going to go with Chaos Williams here, but like I said, no confidence in that. No bet for me. Jose Aldo versus Marlon Vera. Actually really surprised by this line. I mean, Marlon Vera taking a huge step up in competition, going from guys like Sean O'Malley, guys like that to Jose Aldo. And I think some of that O'Malley hype has transferred onto Vera because I don't get this line. I mean, Jose Aldo has been fighting the best of the best for years now, and he's not looking bad. Like people think he's been looking bad. Yes, he got finished by Jan in the 5th round there, but before that, he was looking good. He was looking good in the first couple rounds. I thought he beat Marlon Moraes a couple fights ago as well, and I even had a bet on Marlon Moraes. I don't think Jose's done. I think this is a big step down here against Marlon Vera, and I'm a huge Marlon Vera fan as well. So what I did was I placed a 1 unit bet on Jose Aldo by decision. Why I did that was because Marlon Vera is very, very tough. Like, he's very durable and never been knocked out. Never been submitted in like 25 fights. So I'm going to pick Aldo to win here by decision. I got it at plus 150. I have 1 unit on that. I really like that line, and I do think that's Jose Aldo's path to victory. Stephen Thompson versus Jeff Neal. I'm on the Jeff Neal side. I really do think this guy's the real deal. I think the small cage is going to favor Neal. I think Neal's going to bring more volume. I really like his combinations that he brings. I like his striking defense. He covers up when he backs up. I like that he moves his head really well also, and I just think the small cage is like the big factor for me. Thompson's not going to be able to, kind of stay on the outside as well, use that karate stance, and I think the small cage is going to allow Neal to close distance here. A lot of people are comparing the Luque fight to this fight here. I just don't get that at all. I mean, Neal is more defensively sound by a decent margin. Neal's the much faster fighter as well, so I don't really think you can compare those two. But I'm going to take Neal here, and I think his path to victory is by knockout. I can see Thompson winning a decision. I can see Thompson even getting a knockout here, but I think Neal's path to victory is that knockout. It's really hard to see him beating Thompson in a decision here. I think Thompson has the more experience. I think he has a better cardio as well, and I think Neal's going to knock him out in the first couple rounds. So what I did was I put a half a unit on Neal to win by KO TKO at plus 225. Just a decent line there. Put a little bit on it, little sprinkled there. And yeah, that's about it. Went through this kind of fast, but I just want to go over my bets real quick. Rob Font plus 125, 1 unit on that. Antonio Arroyo minus 140, 1.5 units on that. Alex Morono plus 200, 1 unit on that. I had the Rick Glenn and I had a Muhammad parlay, but those fights are off. Jillian Robertson versus Tyler Santos fight doesn't go to decision, plus 155, 1 unit on that. Neal wins by KO TKO, plus 225, half a unit on that. Aman Zahabi versus Draco Rodriguez, under 2.5, plus 170, 1 unit on that. And then Jose Aldo wins by decision, plus 150, 1 unit on that. So, again, happy holidays, guys. Wish you guys all the very, very best. I'll see you guys next month. And we have a ton of cars next month, a ton. So I'm probably going to be getting some research out early because we have like 3 cars in like the matter of a week. So I'm going to get an early start, probably get out some early bets as well. I'll start posting those out on Patreon and all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for the support. Hopefully you guys have a happy new year. And yeah, I'll see you guys next month. I'll be doing some other content, some football and stuff, but MMA is going to be held off for, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. So that's about it, guys. And good luck with your bets this weekend. Looking to close 2020 strong.